how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Welcome to my channel. My name is Alini, and honestly, this is just my outlet where I vent, where I keep my memories, and it's a fun time here. But today, I actually want to talk about just like my thoughts on the reality show The Trust, a Game of Greed, that is actually showing on Netflix right now. We just have a couple episodes which I literally probably watched in a day or two, and to be honest, it took me longer to finish the episodes because I kept like getting so frustrated and then I'm pausing it and then getting out. But I'm a sucker for a good reality show, and I watch reality shows all the time. I just love it. I like to see how different people are, how they process information, how they react, and how different they are from me and from each other. And it is just always fun. So stick around. If you haven't watched it, this might be a spoiler, but if you have, I want to know what you think. I really want to know what you think. If you haven't checked, please like go check it out, and see, let me know if you agree or if you see what I see, because many people actually see what I see. It took a while, but when I went to Instagram to check, I realized that actually my frustrations were not by myself. And yeah, let's get into this. Like the video and subscribe. So, as I said already, the show is called The Trust, a Game of Greed. And from the get-go, this is a game. Players are brought in from all walks of life, from different backgrounds, different ages, and they are all entitled to an amount of money. I think it was 25,000. Everybody can live with 25,000. However, people will be voted out, and the more like people go out, the more money is left for the people that are still around. So obviously people are gonna try and get each other out, but they really don't have to. And there's a series of tests that actually people get tested to test their character. And I feel like sometimes there's no rules, and people could play like a fair game, and that's where it gets tricky. That's where it becomes fun. So I had so many like moments of frustration, and I remember because I was at work, and when I was watching it, to be honest, I kept venting to my coworker, and I even feel bad. I'm like, I'm really sorry, but I'm just so frustrated right now. And I kept like narrating, and we were talking about it, and I'm like, why am I getting so worked up? But it just happens when you see things clearly and you just see other people, they don't see it. But then that's the beauty of humans, because we all have different experiences in life, so that allows us to actually see the world differently, and that could be a good and a bad thing. So the first person that I actually want to start with, and I don't think I'm gonna go through everybody, but I'm gonna go the most like interesting people that I feel like I had some thoughts about. The first person that I am going to talk about is Julie. Julie is this young lady who is actually educated. She considers herself to be very hot, and she knows and tries to get like male attention, and she knows she can get it, and that's she's been using that as a leverage. And one thing that like pissed me off with Julie, I actually saw Julie to be very like naive, and to be like a hypocrite, and like to just be a really like manipulator. When they were like given a challenge, the team leader, when they were told like to align and form a line depending on how, from the smart person to the less like smart person, she was fighting to be at the beginning, because she said, oh, I have a master's degree in psychology, I think I am smarter and I'm street smarter, so I'm smarter than you are. And the guy also said, like, I think I'm smart because I was in the military and things like that. And she got so angry. And that, you know, like, no, like, if you are a leader, you don't want to be claiming like, oh, I'm a leader. You can know that you have leadership qualities, but when you say that I want to be your leader, people don't like that. People don't like that. You want to be quiet so people can actually choose you. So I understand why they were frustrated. But you can't be frustrated when you are doing the exact same thing that somebody else is doing. She was frustrated, like, how dare you say you're smarter than me? But at the same time, she's also saying that she's smarter than him. And like, I don't think it doesn't make sense. And because she also, like, she liked this guy, she started using that, oh, you did that, it hurt my feelings, because the guy was tasked with was supposed to arrange people from the most like loyal or trustworthy to the list, and she was so upset that she wasn't picked to be first. And it really, like, just that's when I started seeing how different the people are and how annoying it is. If you can't blame somebody for doing something that they are supposed to do, they are supposed to do it. Everybody has to be given a number. And if you're not trying to put yourself in somebody else's shoes and understand where they're coming from, you're no better than that person either. So in that moment, Lindsay, Mama J, and everybody else that was upset for that guy for other reason than the fact that he nominated himself to be a leader. Honestly, like, I just didn't understand why. That is the moment that I actually developed a love for Bryce. That is what smart people do. Like, because when you're smart, obviously you're not gonna be like, no, I'm gonna be last. But like, you're not going to fight with somebody to be like, actually, I'm smarter than you, because you don't know what you don't know, right? You don't know how smart those people are, and it's a game, and people could be lying. People are there like with fake stories. So how are you gonna come to me when you don't know me? You just met me and you're gonna convince me, and you're trying to convince me that you're actually smarter than I am. It's like, that just shows how dumb you are. So Bryce actually say that I'm not gonna like demean anybody, belittle anybody, just to prove how smart I am. And I loved that for them, because that's how I would pick a smart person if I was to. I'm not gonna go for that who's fighting to be smart. And another thing about Julie, she was using her childhood traumas to hit on other people. For example, when she said that Bryce doesn't deserve to be there because he is a millionaire, that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, because this is a game. Everybody deserves to be here. There's nobody who deserves. Everybody can be. It's a game. You play with your own rules. You win. And you can't say like rich people don't deserve to have more money. It doesn't make sense, because rich people work to get their money, and I know other people are handed money, but like the majority they will also work hard to keep that money. Okay, so they deserve. And in fact more rich people would be there because they're trying to find, because he's trying to make more money, because that's what rich people do. So you can't be like rich people should not be found in places where there's opportunity to make more money. Like, how does it make sense? You are there, and you are very accomplished, like you had a traumatic childhood. You can't use that as an adult. Like, you are an adult. I think that story should be used to inspire other people. That story should be used to explain how you are, like, like how it has impacted you, how it has helped you become the kind of person that you are. But you can't use that as a bargaining chip to actually get everything and feel like you actually deserve everything. No, the fact that you need something doesn't mean you deserve it. It doesn't mean like that you deserve it. I might need money, but that doesn't mean I deserve money, because if I'm not going to go out there and work for the money, then I don't deserve it. And somebody who is a millionaire and they're working their ass off, they deserve that money. Even if they don't need it, they deserve it because they worked for it. So I feel like using your childhood as a way of showing that you did no, because you're no longer a kid, you're no longer a child. It happened, it's sad, but you're no longer a child. You're not that. You are accomplished, and you should know better. You should know better than that. And that literally brings me to Tolu. My God, my African sister. Are you gonna like? Is she what? She's so beautiful. I love her energy from the moment she knows who she is. But she is like she's a very like skeptical person. She doesn't trust easily, which is okay, like whatever. But like you can't, that like that's easily like become comes into hate. Like you're easily gonna be a hateful person, and that was actually shown. And when like that is just gonna blind you from being a very like understanding person, and I just didn't like the fact that like she kept pulling out her race card, and like because the moment she moved in, she was proud of her background as an African woman, as a Nigerian woman, as a black woman. Her accessories, her outfits, everything was screaming Africa. And she goes on to be upset because this guy kept, keeps complimenting her, like, oh, my African queen, I have my beautiful African sisters here. She's upset, like, because I want you to see me for me. But like, it is a compliment. It is a compliment. It was. If they called you a Ugandan queen, maybe you should have been upset because you're not from Uganda. But you being from Nigeria is you being African. You are African. And if honestly that this person was not being malicious, but like, and it's just like, I understand if you want to use that as like a gameplay and be like, okay, yeah, like you're gonna play on that, but like you trying to fool people that that's like you honestly, and crying, and like when her vote was taken away, it hurt. It's hurtful. I understand like she could have been hurt, but so Bryce's like what was taken away as well, and she connected that from just to being a black woman, and and it was just like this whole big thing, and she was so sure 100% that it was not it was not a coincidence, it was calculated. And she sent somebody home. She's controlling the whole group, and it always comes back to bite you in the ass. And I'm really excited to see what happens, because even after that, when Bryce came back from the really, if you haven't watched this, so just go and watch it, you will understand what I'm talking about. When they came back from the vote, Bryce actually explained that, well, your name and my name actually came first, which would have proven that the people like Joel's and Simone didn't really calculate about like sending her home, but like taking away her vote. But she still didn't feel bad. No, she didn't. She didn't feel bad. And it's like, when you already like, confirmation bias is actually real. When you believe something to be true, you're gonna see more of it. And it's like, because you believe that, because you're a black person, and you are exposed to like racism and things like that, that's all you're gonna see. And everything is just in the lens. Like, if a guy does something, like, people should not breathe in their house because they are white, because they're a millionaire, because they are male. Like, you can't just keep pulling all these cards, because it's a game. And if somebody's not out to get you, like Mama J has been, baby, I think everybody should just like be more understanding. um Mama J, I just don't know. I don't know what to say, because I feel like she is so very ruthless, and I see that, and I kind of see that, because it's like, you don't want people to just like judge you based on like your age or things like that, but like just acting like all emotional and just going rogue. It's just like, well, it's a game, and I can't like honestly, like, as long as somebody's not being malicious, I'm like, okay, yeah, play the game, but like just don't be a manipulator and actually be a victim at the same time. Like Julie has been. Julie is like being manipulating people and also being the victim. It's like, you can't have a cake and eat it. Pick one side. Are you like, are you gonna use you being hard and things like that, or like, are you? It's just not it. I love Bryce. He's very like genuine. Uh, he's honest, and people like Julie and Tolu being like, oh yeah, like, you are telling me you're so you want me to cry? Like, it's like, as people, why are we not like, if somebody tells me that they're doing good for themselves, yeah, I'm happy for you. Which Tolu did actually, but then went behind his back to actually go and be like, oh, so you want me to cry? It's like, that just goes to show you, like, if you have so many good things going on, just keep quiet, because I don't think people are happy to say, to hear it. They're gonna be happy to your face, but they are like gonna go back, because, and really like judge you, because people would rather hear about your problems than your success. Yes, yes. And my God, let's talk about Lindsay. Lindsay is just so very like emotional, and at the same time she doesn't want us to call her emotional, because she had talked, why do I keep saying this guy, but like, like the military guy. It's so crazy that I don't have remember his name at this moment. The military guy that was the leader, and the handsome guy. Okay, um, she was so upset because she had had a conversation with a guy, the previous night, and the guy ranked her, I think, lower as to the person who is like most, like trustworthy or loyal. Like, how would you take offense to things like that? Because I just met you 2 days ago. You shared your story, but that doesn't mean I can trust you. Especially when you shared the fact that you had cheated on your partner, and then you married the person you cheated on your husband with. Like, you think that's a story that is gonna make you make me trust you? And she's blowing out of proportion. She's emotional, she's outraged, she's doing all those kind of things. Like, no, I feel like you're getting, and don't call me an emotional woman. Like, women, we're just so very like sensitive, and it's like, even we just don't want the truth. Even though we know the truth, we don't want anybody to say it. And I'm like, yeah, like I just got upset like so many times. I appreciated actually like Julie voting somebody to neutralize the votes. It's like, the other people that I didn't bother talking about, it's because I actually like them. I feel like they are like a really nice balance. Um, but like, it's just like when you get really greedy, and it just gonna come back. It's just gonna come back, and it's just gonna bite you, and it's gonna bite you really hard. And it's just like, it is a game. You have to understand that it's a game. Julie, go and like see a fucking therapist. Like, you're a psychology major, like go see a therapist and just like heal. You can't, like, it is a game. Everybody has the same right to play. I don't think in the description they told you that they are bringing the most deserving people. No, everybody deserves good things, whether you're a good, well, I don't know, but like, yeah, everybody deserves the right to actually equally like participate. And like, honestly, like, if you have watched like the show, I want you to tell me like, what was the most like actually like infuriating moments that like you see. Like, what is it that actually bugged you? Like, because there should be many moments like that. And actually, that's the fact that like you are there judging other people, when you even you yourself, you have like hidden agendas. Like, because I remember like a comment like Tolu made, like when they were in the bathroom with the girls, like, yeah, like, we're gonna get so much from this, like, even like, the exposure or the other benefits. Even if we don't get the money, the exposure that we get. Like, honestly, like, if I were like these people, like if I were the people like going into the vote, like, I'm gonna fucking lie. Like, I would lie. I would rather like pick the money, because people are just no nice in there. Like, I would pick the money and actually come back and like, because nobody gotta know, nobody's gonna know. Okay, so honestly, like, I just felt like they were just like, the majority of these people were just like being hateful, like Julie and Tolo and Mama J and Winnie, just being hateful for no reason. And the Lindsay as well, honestly, for no reason. And they were being selfish and being naive, and just like, be a fucking human and leave Bryce alone. Like, it is not his fault that like your parents like didn't treat you like they were supposed. It was their responsibility, and Bryce's parents realized their responsibility, and they took care of their child, and they had choose to do that. I don't think you should blame anybody for that, the fact that they had a good life. And you can just use that to heal and just like be empathetic, especially if the person is not an asshole, if the person is not really being like mean to you. Like, why are you being like that? Come on now. Honestly, Yeah, that's my 2 cents. I feel like I've probably forgotten so many things, but you go and watch the show so you can understand it for yourself and tell me what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I really know, like, want to know if you like reality shows like I do, and what you thought about this one. Bye.